Hello everybody and welcome to fnaf. Nope, this is not fnaf. Five Nights at Candy's to 720 mode. We are starting with normal 720. And I'm just going to, because I'm assuming this will not be my first try because there is a little bit of RNG with the strategy I'm using, which hopefully you'll see. I'll kind of explain it after I beat it. So I am going to start with normal. I did this last night. It took me about 20 minutes to get, so I'm just going to do it until I get it. This will be edited into the beginning of the video, so you'll get to hear this little speech regardless, but you'll probably see like a few seconds before my previous death and then my winning attempt, and then I'll give a little strategy rundown, and then we'll do Nightmare 2 in this video, so you can kind of see both, and I'll talk about all of that. So yeah, hope you enjoy. I definitely called you, though. Bitch. Whatever. Okay. Maybe Nightmare is gonna be a little harder than I thought. Well, it's labeled as easier as normal. Easier than normal, sorry. Because the thing with this is that there's 5 of them compared to the 2 of them in... The 2 of them that exist in... Which is funny, because that means that there's technically never actually 7 animatronics. There's only ever 5, and Nightmare is 2. Nice. That was a little sneaky. Okay. Christ. That was not good. Sneaky 11 blank. Blank gonna be back out? Oh. Nice. It's possible. It's going to be tight. I just have to hope Chester does not show up at 11. Okay. Penguin would suck. Nice. Okay. So, let's explain strats, and I'll kind of give a difficulty opinion. So, basically the strat is only ever worry about Chester. Don't specifically worry about Candy, don't worry about Cindy, don't worry about Blank. Those three will fall into place. I got really lucky here, and Penguin did not attack once, which is a necessity, because the only things you can do to negate Penguin are clicking onto a different camera or flipping your camera back up. And the thing is that in 720, he disables your camera so quickly, and the punishment is so painfully, like, it's so harsh. So basically what you need to do is hope that Penguin doesn't ever show up. And that's the same thing for Nightmare, but I'll get to that in a little bit. So basically what I did was every single time I could, I would send whoever was in the hallway to either 11 or 16. And now the issue is that because there are 3 animatronics that are always potentially at camera 12 or 15, you need to kind of make a judgment call. So what I personally do is I always make the assumption that nobody is on a specific side. So for example, the left side, I would never assume somebody was there, and I would always try to send them to cam 11. Sometimes this works, and you can get this like loop where a specific animatronic will keep looping in there, and then because there are 2 animatronics up either at the top or on the right, they'll keep coming out at cam 12, and they'll keep coming out at cam 12, and they'll keep coming out at cam 12, and you can just keep sending them to 11, and Chester will be on either 13, 12 or 11, depending on where he is. And that's another thing. I'm not wearing headphones for this. I usually would actually wear headphones for games like these, but I'm not wearing headphones so that you guys can hear this because my computer is dog shit. Um, but it actually doesn't matter because the audio cues for whether or not Chester is attacking the left or the right side are very slightly different. Um, the right side kind of sounds like farther away, whereas the left side sounds very close up, and you can just tell. And if you ever go for this, which I actually do recommend, this is a really good one. I think the entire Five Nights at Candy series is a really good starting spot for the 720 modes. Um, Especially FNAF or Five Nights at Candy's one. That's a very good one to start with. But yeah, so yeah, that's the strat. You saw there, actually, one of my phones got disabled because I made an incorrect judgment call. I think Candy was in the hallway. Cindy moved into the camera I tried to call Candy at, which is a very big issue. And what I did was I simply just, okay, nobody's on the other side then, and I sent them to the left. It very rarely works out where there are two animatronics and then one in your hallway so that you can't send an animatronic anywhere, in which case all you would have to do is never flip your camera back up, send one to like 13 or 14, then pull the other one to 11, because at that point the one in 13, 14 would not be able to hear the one at 11 or 16, and that's your strat. You can also do what I call sneaky Chester strats, which is if Chester is attacking at, say, 12 or 15, you can just call the animatronic in the hallway to that one, to the one where Chester is, which is why sometimes you would notice I actually let the phone ring for a while because I didn't know if somebody was in the hallway, and if they were, I would just simply send them in and I'd send them back to whatever cam Chester was just at, and it would work. The only issue is that if Chester attacks either of the two cameras at the top, so 14 or 13, you will not be able to call an animatronic there. I've noticed that they just don't hear it, and which is why I always send to the bottom right or the bottom left corner. It just works. All right, that is enough for the normal mode. Like, by one more thing, I mapped spacebar to my right click just because I found it to be slightly easier if I was always just doing one thing with a mouse. And also, it kept my hand out of the recording, which, as you know, with GD sometimes happens. So, yeah, that is all for normal. Let's go beat. I think that might work better, though, if I always stay in the cameras, flipping up occasionally just to make sure that I'm not dead. So, like, if we start cam 12, right? That works. Why are you being so silent? Nice. So now if we reset the cameras. Okay, that's fine, I guess. We just need Cat to attack again, which is weird. Oh my god. Let's go. That works. Okay. And for beating Nightmare, you get a 4th star. So the strat is pretty obvious, because if it didn't drive you insane while watching, basically you let one phone ring. Usually I would recommend doing either of the bottom 2 cameras, or any of the 4 bottom 4 cameras. So that would be 11, 12, or 15, 16. Generally wherever Cat was last attacking. However, I did notice you probably could have done any camera and therefore just left it ringing wherever Cat last was, because for some reason the cat and the rat cannot disable your phones, meaning they will run in circles around the building. Even if they happen to go into the hallway, they'll just go to wherever the phone is, which is why I would recommend not going to the top 2, just in case they do end up in the hallway and then they never get lured out of the hallway and then you die. I don't know if this is a thing or not, but it's fine. Because they cannot disable your phones, if you leave one ringing the entire time, you not only cut down on the number of spots you have to check, you also completely invalidate Rat as a threat. The only thing you need to now watch out for is his camera thing. However, if you notice, there were times where I was trying to bait him into attacking anyways, because if I dodged his attack, he wouldn't attack for a second, or if I got hit by his attack, I would quickly reset the cameras, and therefore would not have to worry about him. So yeah, this night, I can actually see it being extremely consistent, more so consistent than normal mode, because of the fact that you don't have to deal with any sense of RNG, basically. The only chance it could be an issue is if Rat attacks really quickly and disables your camera, then cat starts attacking, and then you have to worry about the whole, like, your camera displaying your office, which is a weird little thing that happens. It's not a glitch, it is an intentional feature. Same thing with, there's another thing that isn't a glitch, it's an intentional feature, but it's fine. So yeah, basically that's the strat. Leave a phone ringing, find cat whenever he attacks the vents, get him out of there, and then generally try to bait rat into an attack, reset your cameras if he does attack. If he doesn't attack, you're probably fine. And yeah, you basically never need to flash the office in this one, so don't worry about that. And yeah, so in terms of difficulty, for finding the strategy, it took me a minute. I would give normal mode probably about a 4 out of 10, and nightmare mode a 2.5 out of 10, compared to FNAF, or Five Nights at Candy's 1-7-20. This is definitely easier. Both modes are significantly easier. Nightmare is super, super easy, and normal mode is a little bit easier just because of how the mechanics work in this game. But yeah, definitely recommend these as more beginner 720 or like the 20 modes. And I will be getting, I think it's Five Nights at Candy's 2, but better, or like enhanced or whatever, so that I can play with the challenges, but not for now. I also want to do the Five Nights at Candy's 1, like Blood 720. I don't know how much harder that is, but I want to see what that's all about. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys around. Bye.